Responding.
Alright,
I know, right?
I'm back. Alright,
Alright, like what?
I guess
Like,
you went through like a dead zone or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, is everything all good, my dude?
Oh, Chronicler.
Yeah.
The Universe 6 versus 7 tournament's after. Is it after Goku Black Arc or before?
No, it's before.
It's
It's
before.
after Resurrection F.
Wait, do you guys want me to make like a debate and scan chat?
I need to think about.
We literally just need like a quick
Chronicler.
scan chat.
Chronicler. Where do you scale knots to first?
Bare minimum 5D. Low complex multi.
Alright, so that's right. So Chronicler. Yeah. Do you think Goku gets inaccessibly stronger between the Universe 6 arc and the Goku Black arc?
We're not using Goku Black Goku. We're not. So that is irrelevant. No, that is irrelevant.
Wait, Chronicler. I can use like things. If I just like prove it's relevant, right? Then I can still use it.
How would it be relevant since that is a stronger Goku? It's not relevant. Use Universe 6. No, use Universe 6 tournament feats or below. Nothing above.
To do that. I don't have to do that, Chronicler. If I can prove why it's like matters. Right?
All right, then prove it. Prove whatever the hell you want to prove. Let's see it.
So Goku doesn't get inaccessibly stronger, right? Between the Goku Black arc and the Universe 6 arc. Like, the gap between Goku there is probably not even 2 times.
Can you prove that? No, can you prove that? Because I am taking a negative. Can you prove it? No.
Don't fucking talk over me.
You made a claim. Prove it. Drop a scan.
Hey, I didn't even say anything. You were just getting weird for no reason. Stop being a weirdo. Right? Just fucking like listen, bro. It's not that deep. Right? So, right, if I say he's not, right, then that is the negative side of this argument. Do you know why?
But yet you said,
okay,
but you said that he could have only gotten 2, like, probably not even 2 times stronger.
That's okay. So you remember, I'll just scale like Goku just 2 times stronger. Right, so you know how like Goku in the Universe 6 arc is like loses to hit.
Yes, he loses the hit. Yes.
Yeah. So then when he's like against Goku Black, right? There's no like scaling for Goku Black over hit, right?
No, there is scaling for hit.
What's the scaling for thingy over hit?
For hit, you use his freaking time skip, like his freaking.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying there's no like, you can't assert that Goku Black is stronger than hit. That's what I'm saying.
Narratively, he should be, because the way the way that Dragon Ball works, and yes, this does apply. The way Dragon Ball works is in the next arc, the big bad is stronger than the big bad from the previous arc. For
at least that 10 times stronger.
It's all up into interpretation. But you saying that
let's go with an agreement then, right? So let's try and get to an agreement, because instead of like trying to like work around something like this, let's just come to an agreement. Let's say like Goku Black's like 20 times stronger than hit. You agree?
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, sure. Right. So Goku, who would be like relative to him at the Goku Black arc, you'd agree?
Not necessarily, no. Because
do you think he'd be lower?
Goku would be lower in the anime. Yes, he would be lower.
That's fine. So you remember when Goku uses Hakai against Perfect Zamasu?
I said anime. So you want to use manga then?
Yeah, I'm using the anime. I don't.
So you want to use manga? So you want to use manga then? All right.
I just want to use manga only. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
That's fine. So you'd agree that like souls are metaphysical, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, fine. So we're agreeing to CSAP, right?
CSAP?
Like CSAP standards of scaling, because obviously CSAP standards of scaling is like is better than the VSBW one. I don't like to use that one. Because obviously VSBW says that like high hyper is out-reversal.
High hyper is not out-reversal, no.
Yeah. That's what we agree on. But that's what Versus Battle Wiki says. It says that just transcending an infinite hierarchy would make you outer, which it just make you further into high hyper, wouldn't it?
No. What the hell are you even saying? No, hyperversal is like infinite, goes up to infinite dimensional. Outerversal scale, no, listen. Outerversal scale is above all dimensions. So high hyper is not even close to low outer. It's not even like, it's not even feasible. So why are you even bringing it up? No, why are you bringing it up? That makes no sense.
I'll tell you if you shut up, right? So like that's what Versus Battle Wiki says. I can show you exactly what it says.
Okay, then they're fucking wrong by their own definitions.
So you'd agree that CSAP is better then, since it says that concepts and shit.
Concepts are outer, yes.
Yeah, that's what CSAP says. So like obviously you'd agree CSAP would be better in terms of like definitions.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, so that's fine, right? So Goku destroys like Goku Black Soul. But yet
Goku has also said that he messed up the Hakai, and that it wouldn't have worked. So therefore, Goku can't do that. So therefore, that's invalid. So use something else. Use something else.
No, Chronicler, right? Chronicler, just listen, right? He says he didn't do it as well as Beerus, right? But he still used Hakai.
Let me get the freaking scan.
Okay, he said he didn't do it as well as he said he messed it up because he didn't do it as well, but it still worked because it destroyed half of like the fused Zamasu soul, which would be like Goku Black Soul. Yeah, or the other Zamasu soul. I don't care which one. But I'm saying it would be Goku Black because like in the Immortal Zamasu would be like the same. You know what I mean?
Why would they be the same?
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm not saying like the same, but I'm saying like the soul of it.
But you just said same.
Okay, let me reword it.
Okay, we reword it.
All right. So what I'm saying is like, do you know when like he gets destroyed? Like half of his soul gets destroyed. Like the use Zamasu, right? Half of his soul gets destroyed, but like the personality of like the immortal Zamasu stays. So I think that it'd be like Goku's black one that he's destroying. Okay. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter whose he destroys. I'm just trying to like get it in my head so I at least know, right? So Goku Black destroys like Zamasu's soul with Hakai, or like the Goku Black soul with Hakai, right?
But the thing is, but the way you're wording it also doesn't necessitate that he's fully destroying the soul. Since he regenerates and comes back completely fine. So his soul was fine.
It doesn't come back fine.
He literally regenerates, and then he freaking pulls the Mai in front of him, and then Goku goes, "Oh shit, I need to stop. Okay. Oh no, like I'm going to kill Mai," and then he's fine. So no, he didn't destroy the soul.
It wasn't
completely.
Half of his body was like distorted and like black and fucking like massively outwards. Right? He wasn't fine. Like his soul got severely damaged. You'd agree?
No, yeah, his soul got hurt, but what you claimed was
that's all I need. That's all I need.
Yeah, but what you claimed was that he destroyed it, which he did not.
It's fine. I just said it's fine. You don't need to go on about it, right? I can just say that his like soul got severely damaged, which we've agreed to now, right?
Okay,
so
sure.
Right, so you know what the CSAP definition of outer is?
You can.
I'll show you the part that's relevant.
I'm already here. Outerversal characters who functionally transcend the rest of the tiering system and stand outside any extensions of infinite hierarchies and sizes.
It says something before that. It says there's a few different ways to get to outer, right?
Before that, no, but before one, no,
there's
right?
very
No,
top where it says
I am literally.
Chronicler,
It
stop
doesn't
trying to
say
talk
that.
over me. It's not gonna fucking work. Because then we can get into a Spurg match and you're not gonna win, right? So just let me fucking say my point. I'm just saying that I don't need that part because this point says something different, which the only part of that's relevant to like the outerverse level that I'm trying to get into is this part, right? So what it says is characters that have no dimensional limitations beyond scientific definition in the realm of metaphysics, right? So if it's in the realm of metaphysics, right, then it would be outer by CSAP's definition.
Okay, so he is able to affect souls. Okay, that's
Yeah. So
that's
since he's able to hurt something that's metaphysical, he would also have to have power on this metaphysical level. Otherwise, it wouldn't hurt them, right? And then
Okay.
what we get from this, right, is that Goku's power would burn the outerversal level.
okay. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I
Goku
can.
would be outerversal.
Okay, so you have Outer Versus Goku. Okay, I can just upscale Natsu then very, very easily because of freaking big slow because he also interacts with souls, destroys souls, and rips souls out to people and puts them in
Can you show
dolls
me this?
using his magic. Yeah. Here, I'll freaking get you the freaking definition of his freaking magic.
Mm-hmm. And can you like show me that these souls would be metaphysical?
Would you say that souls are inherently metaphysical since they are not physical?
I'd say...
Jay, are you a retard?
No,
yeah, exactly.
Souls are metaphysical.
This is the difference.
No.
Right, this is the difference, right? For souls to be like metaphysical by definition, they would have to be the same as the souls within our reality, right? And
But
wait, listen. I think Dragon Ball goes by like normal world's reality and physics, and I don't think Fairy Tail does.
Well, what do you mean by normal world reality physics?
Yeah, wait, Havana. Okay, now you're judging. Please do not like. But so all right, please. So basically, no. You asked me the question. I have the definition of how his magic works up, and I'm going to say this whole entire freaking essay for you. All right. So his magic and abilities is possession, and it is a black magic. It allows Big Slow to steal and seal souls inside objects and manipulate them as he wishes. The souls called dolls, which are produced by this union, can serve a variety of purposes such as offense, defense, and even transportation. They are capable of freely floating and maneuvering in the air, and their main. Sure. I just
think it'd be better if I read it because I tend to forget when people talk. Yeah. So even you'd agree that this is his ability, one of his hacks, right?
This is what he is able to do, and this is considered fodder.
But it'd be based on his ability, right?
Yes, and this is also and Hakai is also based on ability. That's him using that is him using the Hakai ability using his ki, and this is Bixo using this ability using his magic. So therefore, they are comparable to each other. Don't be a retard.
I can say it's different.
Don't be a retard, all right? I am copying this. I am copying this, and I'm putting it in debate.
I can tell you why it's different if you'd actually shut up. To stop being so fucking aggressive. We don't need to be aggressive.
Yeah, right? Because you are making dumbass points. You're making dumbass points.
Chronicler, right? You don't need to be aggressive, right? You can just be quiet.
Don't make dumbass points.
Chronicler, don't get into this fucking mindset where I'm going to fucking get angry, right? Because I'm gonna you're gonna piss me off, and then I'm gonna argue with you for ages, and we're not gonna get anywhere. Okay.
Now, in debates, I gave you the thing. Now you can read all of his. You can read all of his abilities. Go
so you
for
agree
it. Run.
That this is the hacks, right?
Hakai is also a hacks. It is a ability using ki. This is his own magic. In magic in Fairy Tail, if you run out of magic, you die. It is the source of all things. So that, like how ki is, it's the source of life. So without magic, you're dead.
Mhm.
And you use your own magic, which is your own power, to power these abilities. So therefore, Big Slow using his own abilities without hacks, just his own innate ability from that he got from when he was born, is able to use these powers, is able to take souls, put them in the dolls, and manipulate them as he wishes. That is metaphysical. So that right there is on the same level as your Hakai from the way you put it.
I'll tell you why
And
it's different. Right? I'll tell you why it's different. Okay, so you don't have to continue. Right? So you know how, like in Dragon Ball, if you're not stronger than your opponent, your hacks won't work.
Okay.
Okay. So if Goku's hacks, if Goku was weaker than like Zamasu's hacks wouldn't work. Yes.
Okay. What does that have to do with anything?
I just mean right. So if Goku's power was less than the metaphysical thing he's trying to affect, right, then he wouldn't be able to use his hacks, right? Because it wouldn't work. But we know from this point specifically that Goku would scale higher, right? So because he's able to affect them with like his hacks, right? So by that point, right, all that'd mean, right, is that Goku was beyond this metaphysical level, right? Because he scales to his hacks. Okay? But with your character, I don't think your character scales to his hacks. And even then, right, what you'd have to prove is like, because souls would be metaphysical within our reality, but if it's a different reality that abides by a different set of laws, then you'd have to like then you'd like have to prove that souls would be metaphysical within this world as well, considering metaphysical would mean like no concrete existence, right? But yet we know, right, if he can like do this shit and the laws like play differently, then it wouldn't apply, right? So for one, you'd have to prove that he scales to his hacks, so he's as strong as his hacks, which I don't think you can do.
I already proved it by telling you by literally telling you how magic works in the verse. I literally told you that.
Can be your life force, right? But you don't scale to your life force. I don't scale to my life force. You don't scale to your life force. Neither does neither does people within fucking Fairy Tail. They don't scale to their life force, right? Unless you can prove that.
The fuck are you retarded?
No.
So
you'd have to
no. So you are saying that, like, for instance, like Naruto. So literally, like like for instance, Naruto the last. No, listen, Naruto the last used put all of his chakra into a fist and punched Toneri the fuck out. He cleaned his clock. That is him scaling to all of his energy.
This scales, nigga.
No, I am saying I'm giving you an example of what you said was fucking retarded. Now this right here,
using a disanalogous situation.
No.
Right, what you're saying is because it works in this one verse, it works in this completely different verse. But the verses are completely different, so you can't assert that. Right? You'd have to assert that you'd have to use an example from within your verse. Prove that within your verse that characters scale to their hacks. Because they don't always scale to their hacks. I've proved why Goku scales to his hacks. Right? You'd have to prove why Natsu or this other guy called Brickslow would scale to his hacks. If you can't do that, then he'd have an out-of-versal hacks, right? But it wouldn't be he wouldn't be out-of-versal himself. His hacks would just scale like inaccessibly above him. Because we know within. Oh
my god! Why are you adding? No, I already explained it to you because, for instance, in Naruto, if you run out completely out of chakra,
disanalogous statements. I'm not doing this. Right? Stop using disanalogous statements. Use something from your own verse.
It's not. I am comparing it because that is how
because they're not the same way. They don't work the same way. You'd have to prove they work the same way.
If you are out of magic, you die. If you run out of chakra, you die. If you run out of ki, you die. No, I am saying so. That's from
association fallacy. Just because two things happen, just because you say one thing between these two things are similar, then they have to be the same. That's an association fallacy.
No, because you are misconstruing what I'm saying. I am saying that since they are both life forces, they are both life forces, and we see that,
Why do life forces have
and
to be the same?
we see that life forces, you scale to your own life force because
I don't think they do in Naruto.
why the fuck don't you think?
You haven't proved it. And for one, that you're doing an association fallacy. Say just because they're both life forces, then they have to scale the same way. That's an association fallacy. That's like me saying that just because two people are Saiyans, they have to scale the same way. That's an association fallacy.
But not in the exact not in the exact sense of like, okay, with this, it was stated that if you have none of this left, you die. It says that in the
That's still an association fallacy. That doesn't refute my point. Right? That's not a defeat to my point. You're just saying the same thing over and over, and I'm saying it's an association fallacy, and you're not refuting it. So we can go to conclusions if you want.
Let me get you the skin of them saying, if you run out of magic, you die. And
that's still not a defeater to my argument. My argument is that your argument is fallacious. You haven't actually proven why your argument isn't fallacious. You're just saying the same thing over and over. You're just saying I'll provide scans.
In fairy tale, you scale. In fairy tale, you scale to your magic. You literally scale to your magic because if the magic is too strong for you, you can't cast it. For instance, Loxus. No, let me finish. Loxus tried that. Loxus tried that with fairy law. Loxus tried that with fairy law, and he couldn't do it because it was too powerful for his magic.
Let's just stop this, right? If I show you an example of where someone wouldn't scale to the amount of magic they have, then you can see this point, right?
No.
Right, so if I show you an example of them not scaling to their magic, then they wouldn't scale to their magic. Can we agree on that?
If you can find that in fairy tale, yeah, sure.
You know Zeref?
Yeah,
you know Zeref? Yeah. Zeref's stated to have an infinite amount of magic within his best form. I don't know what the form's called specifically, but Zeref has a form. What?
It's called Fairy Heart Lumen Histoire Zeref. And he scales. And he scales to it.
Yeah, so what the point is, he doesn't, right? Because he has an infinite amount of magic, but he can't use all of that magic at once. Because he literally, his strongest attack doesn't waste all of his magic. So he can't use all of it at once.
No, he literally said that he was going to use. No, he literally said he was going to use the entire Lumen Histoire to destroy and rewrite the timeline. He is literally using everything he has. That is him scaling to it. You retard. Read the manga.
Right.
Read the manga.
I can just disprove that real quick. So you know how fucking Natsu doesn't have infinite magic? Like he gets tired after using enough magic, right? He doesn't have an infinite amount of it.
You do know that Natsu uses something called the Flames of Emotion, which scales above?
So it scales above him. So his hacks doesn't scale to him.
No. The Flames... No. You just completely misconstrued what I said. I said the Flames of Emotion scale above the Lumen Histoire. It scales above Zeref. So guess what? You have no. I'm not done.
Let me just tell you why
finite magic.
Let me just tell you why that doesn't matter. Why? So even then, Natsu still doesn't have an infinite amount of magic. Yet he has a hacks that scales above someone who doesn't have an infinite amount of magic, which means that his hacks would scale above himself by your logic.
No, because you're making
a self-defeating argument at this point, so we can go to conclusions.
No, because I can give scans. You want a scan of Natsu not using Flames of Emotion stopped time itself cannot affect him, and he walks out of it.
Okay, Chronicler, I want a scan that says that Natsu has infinite magic, or has.
He doesn't need to have infinite magic. He was burning. He was burning away time itself.
Okay, Chronicler, right?
So he was burning away the infinite magic. He was burning it away.
Chronicler, right? You're saying that he doesn't need to have infinite magic, but by your logic, he does, because you said they scale to the amount. You said they scale to the amount of magic they have, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Zeref has more magic than Natsu, but Natsu is stronger than Zeref, so that would inherently make your claim wrong.
No, it's not, because thing is, his magic itself.
Okay, if you think you've won this point, you think you won this point, Chronicler, we can go to conclusions.
No, because I'm gonna explain to you how flames of emotion works. With flames of emotion, the more emotion you feel, the higher you get amped. So base Natsu does not have infinite magic, but using flames of emotion, that's a boost to the point he got so emotional he one-shot a motherfucker who had infinite magic.
Okay, Chronicler, you'd agree that flames of emotion is one of Natsu's hacks.
No, it's not necessarily a hack. No.
Yeah, because he can't use this this isn't his normal AP, so it'd be a hacks. It's an ability that he has that makes him stronger. That's in the hacks, right? So the hacks would inherently scale above himself, since he does an attack stronger than anything he's done before. And even then, right? That's not Natsu.
No,
that's
it doesn't.
Natsu, right?
No,
that's not even normal Natsu. Because you're using an outlier version of Natsu. Because Natsu has all of the 7.
Going all out. It's not even Natsu going all out.
Natsu's amped at that point as well.
No, Natsu has his own abilities that come from his original magic that can make him stronger than that. Dragon Force.
Because that goes into my point.
No, because Dragon Force is
this ability that he's gained from his magic scales above his normal AP, right? Which would mean
it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
It goes into my point. Thank you.
No, it doesn't. Okay. It does not scale above his normal AP.
Chronicler, right? Chronicler. If you think you've won this point, then let's go to conclusions.
No, I'm still going because you
I think this is going into ad nauseum though. I'm just going to call ad nauseum because it's going circular.
No, it's not, because I'm still giving evidence that still backs me up. Because, for instance, Dragon Force, he used the Dragon Force to one-shot Agnologia,
and the Dragon Force scales above him.
No, Dragon Force is his own power. That's Dragon Force is just him pissed off. Dragon Force is him just pissed off. So are you saying like no? Are you saying no? Are you saying give me a second.
Right, before you carry on, listen to what I'm saying, right? Just like calm down and listen to what I'm saying, right? What I'm saying, right, is that fucking Natsu normally doesn't have this AP, but because of this ability, wait, Chronicler. But because of this ability, right, he's gotten stronger. Right? You'd agree?
Not necessarily, no.
Wait. Yeah. But there'd be no reason to use the ability then, if it doesn't make him stronger. Because he can do faster attacks. He could do faster attacks with punches.
Oh my! This is how I know you never touched a fairy tale manga in your fucking life. No, it does not. Because
I don't have to.
Yes, you do. Because
knowledge. Because I've debated this before.
Because freaking Natsu using the flames of emotion was able to burn away time. He used that specifically to burn away the time. But yet. Okay. Wait,
let's
me finish.
Let's go to conclusions.
But his Dragon Force scales above that because that is him just pissed off.
Okay, so Dragon Force scales above him, which is a hacks. Right, therefore, he doesn't scale to damage.
It's not a hacks though.
Prove that.
Fine, I'll fucking pull it up. Dragon Force.
All I say is an amp. It's an amped Natsu, so that wouldn't scale to normal Natsu since we don't take amps. We take normal scaling. We don't take amped versions of characters. Amped versions of characters are outliers. Because you can't consistently keep this level of power. So it'd be an inconsistent power.
No. According to Zero, Dragon Force is the final state a Dragon Slayer will attain, granting them power comparable to that a real dragon possesses, and the power to utterly destroy everything. Natsu is a final staged Dragon Slayer. He already has Dragon Force, and he can use it whenever the hell he wants. And when Dragon Force is
you said he's only able to use this when he's pissed off.
If you would let me finish, I said and uses it when he's pissed.
So he can't use it normally, so it's a rage amp.
No, he's purposely nerfing himself. This Dragon Force Natsu is regular Natsu, but then
he's purposely nerfing himself.
this is how I know you don't watch Fairy Tail because when
I don't.
because
I don't.
yeah.
I don't watch Fairy Tail. Can you prove
Yeah.
he's right? So
That-
don't go on. Don't go on saying, "Oh, you don't watch Fairy Tail." Fucking prove your point, nigga.
let me fucking grab the other fucking scan.
Bro, I didn't want to get aggressive with you, but you started getting aggressive with me, so I have to get aggressive back. Otherwise, it pisses me off. Right?
Because
So
you are being a straight hypocrite.
I'm
You're
not
being a straight hypocrite.
because they scale. There's different. I already proved why my character scales to the hacks, and you haven't.
Fucking hell. Pull it up.
Because hacks, right? Because obviously, if there was my argument, right, which would be just, if he has like a faster attack, right, that he could use, that should scale the same, he'd use that instead. But he doesn't because he knows that this ability that he has scales above him. So after you, Chronicler, after you send the scan, can we let go to conclusions? Because I think this is getting circular. Okay.
Do.
Who's the judge, by the way? Is it logical?
Yeah.
Alright.
So right here, this is them scaling to their magic. This is the definition of magic power in the verse.
Where's this definition from?
The Fairy Tail wiki.
I don't think the Fairy Tail wiki is like. Can you show me one from the manga?
Sure, let me. Yeah, sure. Let me
I'll give
spend
you
a
time.
few
I'll give you
minutes.
time. That's fine. Time's fine. Right? I don't care about the time. I don't like the wiki. I only agreed to the wiki for Big Slow. It's just because of because it's just a hacks. He just says the hacks, right? Just so I know he has the hacks. But I don't agree that the explanations are the exact same. I think the explanations can be misconstrued from the manga. I hate everyone. Hey, logical. Do you remember when do you always get people who message you with these free nitro things?
Yeah.
I hate them. There's no point because I'll just block them.
They're scammers.
Yeah. It's weird as fuck, bro.
It be having whole bots and shit too, bro.
Standards, bro.
Yo, they do this about him with this scam server. This nigga shit is stacked as hell.
Yeah, I think this debate is funny as fuck.
Look at my screen, Jeff. Look how big this shit is, bro.
No, let me see.
You can see it?
Damn. The limitless scan server, bro.
Okay.
You need to put your phone on charge because you're about to run out, bro.
You said what? They already ran out.
You need to put your phone on charge, bro.
Okay, here is one scan really quickly for curses, which Nacho has in the way that's explained. Now let me try and find the magic one real quick.
Left.
What are you trying to prove by this thing? Chronicler, what are you trying to prove by this curses thing?
No, that curses is basically a different type of form of magic, and it's based on the natures of life. And right now, I'm trying to find a scan. I believe it was in chapter 17, I think, where it was talking about how magic is in everything, and if you run out of magic, you die.
Yeah, obviously magic. You say, we already agreed on this earlier. When you run out of magic, you die. But that's just why we got into all this association fallacy thing. Because that Chronicler, can we at least come to something? You understand why equating magic to chakra would be an association fallacy, right? once we've gotten past this argument, can we go to conclusions? Yeah. Chronicler.
Hello? 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 Can y'all hear me now? Hello?
Hey, Chronicler.
Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I get you,
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
my
Logical,
audio.
mute your mic, bro.
I know, right? Like on God, like I could not hear much of anything.
Chronicler, yes, I can hear you.
All right, cool. Because my freaking
Yeah, I can hear you. Right.
yeah, it's been pissing me off.
I can hear you, Chronicler, bro. All right. So Chronicler, can you agree to let go to conclusions after we argue this point?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, because I just think it's going to take too much time. I'm going to take like an hour just arguing this shit for no reason. Right. So, do. Yeah.
Who the fuck keeps texting me? Oh, just them. Fuck them.
Damn, bro, why you so angry about talking about fuck them, man? Come on now.
What?
You
Some
said fuck?
motherfucker keeps like DMing me, and I'm just like, I don't care about you at the moment.
I don't know why Chronicler got so aggressive straight away.
Because literally, you were like pulling the metaphysical thing, and then once I used it, you were just like, "Oh no, that's how it works."
I mean before that.
That's when I got really
Nah, because
aggressive.
you started like, talking over me from the start.
Wait, are y'all done debating?
No. We're just waiting for him to get his scan. Because he
Like,
thinks.
God damn, this shit was so retarded.
Because right now,
it's
like,
not really retarded. It's just that I think like if you scale above, your hacks can scale like way above you.
no, like yes, it can. But what I'm saying, but in fairy tale, like whatever the amount of magic you have, that is all you can do. You can't go above what your magic can handle, which was
Jay.
proven. Well, yeah, I can literally just bring up the freaking Loxus thing. I forgot, like freaking Loxus,
Chronicler.
Loxus fairy law.
I'm pretty sure I already proved why you can.
No, but I'm saying, but in fairy tale, it doesn't because
I already proved why it does.
How?
Because I said that fucking Natsu. You agreed that Natsu didn't have infinite magic, right? But you agreed that like Zareth can use his infinite magic, right? And then what you said,
you are misconstruing what I said. I said
no, because you said he could use this infinite magic, right?
No, I said
you said
no. I said that Natsu.
Let me finish.
Finite magic uses flames of emotion to get higher than Zareth. That is what I was saying.
Okay, so that's a hacks, which wouldn't scale to Natsu's normal attack.
No, that's scaling to his just straight up emotions. That's scaling to his just emotions.
Yeah, so his emotions wouldn't scale to his normal fist since he can't do that normally. It's like a rage amp. So obviously, like the hacks from his the hacks he gained, like the abilities he gains from being like enraged and shit, right?
But the thing is, that gets counteracted by him one-shotting Agnologia with a bunch.
Contradict that. That actually goes into my thing.
No, it doesn't. Agnologia scales above Fairy Heart Zareth.
Yeah.
Zareth,
So
Zareth,
Agnolonia, right? So
Zareth was so
Agnolonia,
scared
right?
of
You still can't
Agnologia
prove. You still can't even prove that has infinite magic.
that who has infinite magic.
The Agnolonia thing.
Wouldn't that be completely contextual to the point where freaking even Zareth, who had infinite magic, he even said had even now I don't think
Yeah. So my
even
interpretation.
now. Even now, I don't think I can even take on Agnologia, and so he resorted to just trying to rewrite and destroy the entire timeline in the hopes that it does destroy Agnologia and rewrites them. And he wasn't even sure, that it would even do shit to Agnologia.
That would go into my scaling because, like, even then, you can't prove that Natsu, who went above this infinite magic, right, has infinite magic to begin with. Because you'd have to show other scans because my interpretation would like negate your interpretation because they'd be equal. Because they'd be equal, so they both get negated, so you couldn't prove it.
Why would that negate it necessarily?
Oh yeah, so if you have equal interpretation, you can't take one interpretation over the other interpretation, right?
I guess, but at the same time,
so what you do is dismiss.
if you look at the narrative, then the narrative will.
Narrative
Then you're you are a retard if you don't care about the narrative
because
of the
narrative only
story.
works for inverse. Narrative only works for inverse, bro.
No, I'm saying no.
Chronicler, the narrative doesn't care about scaling, right? Well, scaling doesn't care about the narrative. They're two completely different things, right? If the scaling contradicts the narrative, right, then you can't use the narrative because the narrative is like the author's interpretation of what he wants.
No,
It's the author's intent, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, the narrative supports it. The narrative supports what happens.
Yeah, but the author's intent, right, can't be used. Do you know why?
Why?
Because of death to the author. You can't say that the author intended this thing, right? Because after the book is written and done, right? Like after that manga chapter is done, right? The author can't say any interpretations, or you can't use author intent because it would be death to the author. Because from the point on, from like the manga chapter finishing, the author's interpretation would be the same as mine. The author's interpretation would be on the same level as mine.
You're lucky I'm a good judge, bro.
But the thing is, if with the way it happened, with the way it happened was Natsu was fighting Zareth. Zareth was flinging him around and all that. Natsu got mad. Had started using his. So that means Natsu not mad was getting flung around, and Natsu got mad. Started using his full potential, his full magic container, and then beat someone who had infinite magic. That is showing that that he had bare minimum a higher level of infinite magic to one-shot someone who had infinite magic. That is what that is showing.
That's your interpretation, right? That's your interpretation of the scan.
But that is literally what happened. That's literally what happened.
Wait. Chronicler. Your interpretation is not. There's not what happened, right? I'm not bothered about the like him one-shotting Zareth. I agree with him one-shotting Zareth. What I'm saying is, right, your interpretation is that he'd have infinite magic. My interpretation is just that he would have like an ability that would scale above his magic. That's my interpretation. That's what you're trying to disprove. You're trying to substantiate your interpretation.
No, how the?
But it doesn't work.
How the fuck are emotions an ability? Are you retarded? Emotions are not an ability. The fuck you mean?
The ability he used, right? The ability he used, which is the flames of whatever the fuck it is, the flames of booty hole fire, right? I don't give a fuck, right? The flames of booty hole fire is this ability, right? And the flames of booty hole fire scales above his normal AP, which means that his hacks would scale above his AP.
But it's not a hack. The flames, the flames of emotion literally just say that when you get mad, it brings out everything you can do. That is literally still scaling to Natsu, you idiot. That's still scaling to what Natsu can do. That's not scaling above him.
That's an inconsistency, though. Because he can't use his power. He can't use this level of power consistently, right?
Yes. The
No, he
hell?
can't, because you literally said he can't use it unless he's mad, right? So he can't use it consistently because he's not consistently mad, right? He's not just a fucking meathead who just thinks everything's a fucking like a pain in the ass, and he goes, "I fucking hate you" for no reason. Otherwise, he'd be killing niggas for no reason, right? But he doesn't, because he's nice. He's a nice person, all right? He's a nice person. He's a nice guy, right? He don't go around going, "Oh yeah, you're a bitch." Right? He's
So
a nice guy. He's
you
not
are
always angry.
saying no. So you are saying that Natsu holding back against regular goons is.
Wait. I'm just saying that, like, he wasn't holding back against Zareth, right? When he wasn't angry, even when he wasn't angry, he wasn't holding back. Otherwise, he'd be dead. He would be fucking dead, right? But what happened is he got angry. He got this rage amp. This rage amp gave him a new ability, right? This ability he used whilst he's enraged. He can't use this all the time. That's what I'm saying. Because if he could use it all the time, he would have used it to one-shot Zareth at the start of the fight.
Because you do know that he doesn't necessarily have to be angry. I was just saying that in this situation, he was angry. The flames of emotion pertain to any emotion. He can literally just be happy and have the same level of power.
Okay, so
it's flames of emotion, not not. It is not the flame, the flames of anger.
No, it's the flames of booty hole. Now, can you prove it?
The freaking flames of emotion.
It's the booty hole. It's like, when you're about to fart, bro. You know when you're about to fart, right? And you set a lighter up there, and it goes, sets a little fire off. Yeah, that's what he does. Like flames of booty hole. I'm pissing off Chronicler with this.
Yes, bro, you are.
I'm sorry it comes out from his booty hole. It's not my fault. It's the writer's fault.
That's the author.
Bro shouldn't have made it come out of his booty hole. So, Chronicler, right?
I'm grabbing it.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Normally, right? No emotion Natsu couldn't perform this level of power, right?
Yes, he could.
No, because you're saying it gains power based on emotion.
Yeah. So basically for Natsu. If Natsu, in order for Natsu to not be able to get any sort of like freaking strength in this, he has to be like dead inside.
Alright, no, I'm not saying he's dead inside. I'm just saying Natsu doesn't have these intense emotions all the time.
It doesn't have to be intense.
Okay, so the more intense the emotion, the more powerful the ability, right?
Yeah.
Right, so fine.
Because
if he doesn't have these intense emotions, if you don't have these max intense emotions, he can't output this power level consistently. Because he can't consistently be angry. Right? Because we already know he's not consistently feeling. It doesn't matter whether I'm saying angry or not. I just mean emotion, right? So what I'm saying is he doesn't have these intense emotions all the time. He's not intensely feeling the need to fuck Lucy, right, or Urza, right? He's not feeling these intense emotions all the time. He's not feeling these intense emotions to shoot flames out of his booty hole, all right? Yeah, he's just like normal emotions. The flames of emotions wouldn't be as powerful as when he the ability that's the flames of emotion wouldn't be as powerful as the ability when he's like at max intense emotion. That's what I'm saying.
But yet I already told you, like, yo, it's just like, but he also defeated someone who.
That doesn't defeat my argument, Chronicler, because you're on something that's completely different. Okay, Chronicler, can you hear me? Hey, Logical, can you hear me? Oh, he just cut out then. I was just thinking, because like it doesn't like. He's like arguing something that I'm not arguing. I'm not saying he can't use this at all. I'm just saying it's more than his consistent AP.
No, it's not, because he literally beat someone stronger without it ever being stated that he used it.
Wait, Chronicler. But his magic abilities are determined on his emotion.
I literally just said he beat someone stronger than Zeref without it ever being stated that he used
Yeah, but I'm just saying, Chronicler.
like the
I'm
like
not,
emotion.
we don't care about these later dates, all right? I don't care about the later dates. That's not what I'm arguing. I'm saying within the specific thing, his ability scaled above his normal AP. He might get stronger. He can get stronger. That's fine. He can get stronger and like attack people and stuff like that, right? And he can get like stronger than what the flames of emotion then were. But I'm just saying that when he's in intense emotion and he uses the flames of emotion, they scale above his consistent AP because he's not always intensely emotioned. Okay, so can we go to conclusions now? Yeah, that's fine. When you get your audio back, then we'll go to conclusions. Okay.
Yo, logical. Are you right under a vent, my brother?
So what, bro? Oh,
Are
shit.
you like right under a vent, bro?
Nah, so I got like my fan on in the fucking corner and shit. It's like loud as hell.
Alright, no worries. Alright, so Chronicler, you back? Guess not. I'll be right when he sorts it out. Chronicler, come on, you sexy bastard.
Nigga, that's gay.
No, I'm just appreciating his like. I'm just appreciating his like fucking handsomeness. I seen him when he was in that hospital bed, and bro's attractive. You know what I'm
Nigga gay as hell.
saying?
No, bro.
Hey, all I'm saying, right? All I'm saying is like, I'm just like, oh wait, Chronicler, you're back on.
Oh, really? Am I
You're
back?
back on. You're back on. You're back on. So can we
Okay.
go to conclusion? Right. So before your audio cuts out again, do you want to go
Yeah.
to conclusions? Do you want to go to conclusions and then like carry on at a later date when your audio's fine?
Yeah, sure. Because like my audio keeps.
Okay. I'll go with my conclusion first. You ready, logical?
Sure.
Right. So my conclusion is my opponent agreed that Natsu is not always intensely emotioned. Right. Then he agreed that his ability, the flames of emotion, scales way above him when he's in intense emotion. Right. And which would go into my point of saying that magic wouldn't scale, his hacks wouldn't scale to him. Right. And then he also agreed that Natsu doesn't have infinite magic normally, right? So this infinite magic thing he's trying to assert would be inconsistent, and we wouldn't be able to take it because it wouldn't be his normal consistent AP. Okay, so when we put all this together, right, Natsu has hacks and abilities that would scale above himself, and by that I think I've proved like well enough, and my opponent hasn't refuted well enough, that the hacks within Fairy Tail would scale above the user's normal abilities or normal like strength and AP. That's my conclusion. What about you, Chronicler? In fact, logical, are you fine with me like adding one little thing more? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you fine with me adding one little like last point to my conclusion?
How major is it?
Yeah. Right. So for my last little bit of this conclusion, my opponent never substantiated his interpretation higher than mine. And I think because of the fact that my opponent has agreed to like certain parts of my interpretation, that my interpretation would supersede his, or at least be equal, which would dismiss his claim.
He didn't say that in a debate, and that's the most retarded shit I've ever heard.
No, because I said it would go down to equal interpretation within the debate.
When?
Remember when I said you're trying to say that I said that your interpretation is that he would
Oh, you
have
mean
to
interpretation?
magic
No.
resistance.
Oh my god, you're so retarded. You didn't read fairy tale, meaning your interpretation will already be lower than his on the fairy tale version specific.
Wait. That doesn't mean that my interpretation is less because I
Yes,
have knowledge of this certain thing.
All right, what is interpretation based off of, Jay?
It would
Actually,
be based.
I'll hit you with, don't even worry about it. I'll hit you with something called, you ever heard of fabulism, Jay? You ever heard of fabulism?
Logical. The thing was, right, I actually have, like, knowledge of this part of the fairy tale because I've debated it before.
Well, you say you didn't, so either
Yeah,
you
no, I
lied.
said I don't have to have, like...
No.
Wait,
So
logical.
either you're hedging or you lied.
No, I didn't say I lied, right?
No, you either lied because
my thing was, what I said was that I haven't read fairy tale, right? But I know the same scale.
No, you
I
agreed
know
to the
the
fact that
same
Chronicler said
argument.
you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You said, yeah, I didn't read fairy tale. It's on recording, Jit. I got it on OBS.
Alright, so
I'll send you
you're
the
gonna look back on that, and my thing is, he went, you've never read, I can tell you've never read fairy tale. I went, I fucking haven't. I've never read a piece of that shit in my fucking life, right?
No,
But then
Jay,
I said
you know what
after,
it is?
within the debate, right? Right, but then I said after within the debate, though, I said I know of this because I've debated it before. That's what I've said. So you can look back on that and you'll see it.
No, you capping, but either way, I'll explain what interpretation is based off of. So what is interpretation, Jay?
Interpretation would be like a person's like fucking, how do I explain this the best way possible? Right.
Was person thinks of something?
It's like
When the
we
person
see a
believes
scene,
something,
right? If I give like an example, right? We see a scene, right, between character A and character B fighting.
Jay, let's agree to the definition I proposed. What somebody believes something to be because of their interpretation.
What someone believes something to be.
Yes, that's basically what interpretation is.
Within reason, yes, because I think that like the belief shit would rather be like, I'd rather say them just belief. I would say based on evidence. Yeah. So
Belief
based on
is
evidence substantiation, right? That was that like
Jay, no. That's literally the wrong definition. I can have an interpretation on something without any evidence.
Oh yeah, obviously. Right, but I'm just saying like.
So then it can't be that definition. It would have to be based off your fucking belief. Now, belief can be substantiated with evidence. Yes.
Sure, that's fine then.
Okay. So you know what constitutes belief? Actually, I'll hit you like this. I know you haven't heard of fabulism before. So let us begin at the observation that knowledge is a mental state. Knowledge exists in one's mind. And unthinking things cannot know anything further. Knowledge is a specific kind of mental state. What that causes can also be described as desires and intentions. These cannot constitute knowledge. Rather, knowledge is a kind of belief. Mm-hmm. If one has no beliefs about a particular matter, one cannot have knowledge about it. Now, let's for instance, suppose that I desire that I be given a raise in salary, and that I intend to do whatever I can to earn one. Suppose further that I am doubtful as to whether I indeed will be given that raise. Given that I do not believe I will be given that raise, I cannot be said to know that I will. You get me? Now, I want to explain to you why knowledge is, like I just explained why knowledge is a type of belief. No. This is crucial, Jay. This is very crucial. Because you know what knowledge is, Jay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So knowledge is, I'll explain like this. If this is the case, so what you agree that knowledge is, you agree that belief is intention. No, not intention, interpretation, which that just explains the rest of what I was talking about. Now, I'll say it like this. Now, our beliefs can be substantiated with evidence which is based off of our knowledge. So, in the case of this, you would like to acquire more knowledge to knock down the amount of times you're incorrect on something instead of the times you're correct on something using your knowledge. So, let's say, for example, as you did in this debate with Jay.
Wait, 1 second. Logical.
Mm-hmm.
That I think, Chronicler, is that your conclusion? All right, so look at Chronicler's conclusion.
Nah, this nigga. You think I'm a nerd, nigga?
I'll read it if you want.
Alright. Actually, I'll read it. So we can continue our argument later. But back, I said that Laxus couldn't use fairy law because it was too much magic for his body to handle when you use up all your magic. So that Big clouds gives his soul to metaphysical scales to that bare minimum low complex because of the time on feet to outer using big soul substance J equals soul being out as well as Goku. I brought up Natsu beating Agnologia, which the Reef wasn't sure he could beat, so Natsu was bare minimum. Okay. Yeah. And this debate, yeah, I agree with Chronicler more, but I feel like you in terms of rhetoric, I think you had better rhetoric, but Chronicler won in like more points and such.
Why?
I'll give you reasons. Okay, so the first point, you guys remember the first one, right? Like the first point was like not the first one because the first point was up to you. The first point for
I
Chronicler.
think the first point would go through anyway because he didn't prove that he didn't prove that fucking like souls within Fairy Tale would be the same as souls within like the other places or like souls within like reality.
Well, he did give reasons for that. Like,
Yeah,
I
so you'd have to. Yeah, but I already gave.
But
Right? Can you state what reasons?
no, sure, we can take with the reasons. So, firstly, he equated to the fact that he took what you said, right, Sanjay? He said that your souls are the same, and he just equated the souls like that. Like it's even
Yeah,
in his
so
conclusion that
I disagreed with the. I disagreed that the that like within like that like Fairy Tale and like the souls within our reality would be the same.
But Jay, for you to do that, you would also have to bend your original point that souls in Dragon Ball in reality are
I
the
don't because I think that they're the same. And
you think okay, so this is just based off what you
I
think.
say
Now,
no, not even like think. I said they are the same. I equated them the same way. I said they are the same.
Hanukkah, but this is the thing, Jay. When you never equated them the same thing, you just equated those souls to being universal.
Yeah, so I don't inherently have to do that, right? I don't like have to like.
Jay, if
That's just
that's the
right. What it is, right?
I
What it
should
is,
give
right?
your own
It comes down
counter.
to like, right. What it comes down to is an argument from silence, right? You're saying because I didn't specifically state it, then I didn't like think it at all, right? When we know that that isn't true based on the fact that I
I never
disagree.
said you didn't think anything. Stop trying to
Yeah, yeah,
strong.
yeah. So that's what I'm
Jay,
saying.
rhetoric isn't
Since
gonna
I
help
don't
you.
have to
You're
specifically
not.
state it, right, for it to
Yes, you
be,
did.
I don't,
Yes, you
to
did.
be,
Yes, you did. You had to specifically state. Yes, you did.
yeah. So logical. I'll tell you why I don't. Right. So I don't. Right. The reason why I don't have to specifically
Yes, you
state
do.
one.
I'll tell you why you
Wait. Just
do.
let me
I'm on
finish.
the positive. I'm on the positive. Let me
Right.
fulfill my
Let me
positive.
finish, and then let me
I'll
finish.
fulfill
Right.
my positive, and you
Let
can
me
get
finish. Let
negative.
me finish.
I'm trying to
Logical.
help you.
It's not that deep.
I'm on
Right.
the
It's not
positive
that
right
deep.
now. I'm
Just
taking the
let me
burden.
finish. I'm
I'm
just gonna say.
right now.
Let me say my point. Let me say my
You're
point.
committing the burden of proof. You really
Yeah, but I just want to say
you're
one
committing
thing
the burden of proof
beforehand.
on
I just want to
yourself.
say one thing
How will
beforehand.
you this?
Right?
No.
You're saying that because I didn't specifically state it, then I should also take like chroniclers as true as well, which I disagree with based on the fact that like when I say like for specific to start with, if I say that like I disagree with chroniclers souls being metaphysical the same way the souls in reality are, that's me inherently disagreeing that the fairy tale laws would be the same, right? But because of me saying because of me saying right that like Dragon Ball souls are metaphysical the same way normal souls are metaphysical within our reality, right? Means that I am saying that like I'm indirectly saying that like the way souls work in Dragon Ball is the same way the souls work in reality. That's what I'm saying. But for me to disagree with chroniclers is perfectly fine.
And Chroniclers proved using reasoning why it would be the same. And again, Jay, what are the differences between Chronicler Souls and Fairy Tale and Dragon Ball Souls? Give me that, please.
Well, I just wait. That's not my like burden to prove.
No, it is your burden to prove because you established that it's not.
Okay.
Now, Jay, this is how
Yeah,
positive and
I'm
negative.
saying
I
it's
think
not right.
no, hold on. I want to
But
establish.
you
I
saying
want to
this?
establish. Hold on, Jay. Let me speak, and I'll let you speak after. I want to establish. I feel like too many people misuse positive and negative for a few reasons. When you establish something not being the case, many people take that as a negative, but that would be a negative on a positive, putting you in the positive.
Yeah. So
You're taking
Chronicler
a
already
negative
agreed.
stance on a positive that has been established
Chronicler
not
already
by
agreed
you,
it will
but
be
by
a positive,
yourself.
right?
Meaning that you would then be on the positive side for your negative, meaning that you would have to prove that negative.
Yeah. So what happens is right is as soon as Chronicler tried to prove it, which he didn't, right? Well, he's inherently agreeing, right, that his would be the side that needs to be proven, which means that mine wouldn't be.
But they wait, the Chronicler agree that your souls are same as in real life?
Yes.
So you say your souls are metaphysical, right?
Yes.
Okay. And Chronicler established that his souls are metaphysical as well, right?
He said his are, but I disagreed. Right?
Why did you disagree,
I asked him
Jay?
to prove it. I asked him to prove it, which he couldn't.
I mean, Jay, if you gave any type of proof and you have no knowledge on the rest, I can actually hit you with something like this, Jay. You
Can
disagreeing
can
with him
show me where
because
he
you
gave
ignoring the
proof?
proof that he provided.
He didn't prove it. All he said was that mine's the same.
Jay,
Yo,
reasoning
that's not
equals
proof.
evidence, which equates to proof.
Wait. Yeah, but he didn't prove it based on the fact that
Yes,
all he
I
said was,
just told you why. I literally just
no,
told you why.
yeah, logical. Your way of thinking is like really like stupid based on the fact that like when I say I don't fucking when I say I disagree with it, right? Which he's saying his is the exact same as same way metaphysical mine is, right? And I disagree. He would have to prove why it is, right?
He gave reason on why such was on
What
recording, which I said
reasoning?
I'm going to post. I already
What
started equating reasoning until I got really interrupted. If you want the reasoning fully, I can drop it right for you
Go on,
and have
tell
the
me,
whole
tell me the reason.
thing.
Just tell
Oh
me the
man!
reason. Come on.
All right, now may I continue?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So, what was the last thing you just said? Like the last thing you just said about reasoning?
Right. So he said, right?
Mhm.
He said that like his souls would be metaphysical in the same way Dragon Balls are, right? Which I
That's a go
disagreed.
on.
I disagreed on the basis that they're two different verses, right?
The disagreement that they're on two
So I
different verses.
disagreed on the way that they're
But
two
Jay,
different verses.
you can be two different things with such things that would make you the same. So let's say this: I have AP in one verse and AP exists in the other verse as well. Just because they're two different other type of objects, you're trying to say that they're complete. There's nothing that matches now. Now, if I were to say the verses are the same, that would be a correlation fallacy. But if I were to correlate the two things that do correlate between those verses, that would not be a correlation fallacy. Letting that point go through. You could have easily said that. You could have easily debunked his whole argument. His whole argument was fucking contradictory in the first place, which was like so retarded. This nigga is lucky I'm a good judge. This nigga is lucky I didn't interrupt.
Right? One sec. I said, right, that fucking he didn't prove this. All these like proof was, all these like substantiation for this was, right, that he said like, oh yeah, so since the souls in Dragon Ball would be metaphysical, then they would be in like fairy tale. That's what he said.
Jay, he just said he just gave this other point of reasoning which he gave earlier as well. He just said this as well. I flat out said that you couldn't physically interact with souls in fairy tales proof. He substantiated that as proof, as well as all I said previously, and I'm pretty sure he elaborated more on that debate.
Wait, why does not being physically able to interact with a soul mean that it's metaphysical?
But Jay, you never challenged that in the debate though.
Wait, can you show me where I didn't challenge that?
Sure, once I post a recording, sure.
Because like I don't think that would work either. Because even then, right?
Hold on. It does your contention right now. Don't I just wait till we post the video? And if you did, then sure, you refute it.
Yeah. And even then, like Havana, I was saying, logical. I was saying throughout it, right? I was saying throughout it, you can't prove that, right? Throughout his entire argument, I was saying you can't prove that, right?
You just saying you can't prove something doesn't equate to
me saying you can't prove that is the same way of me asking for proof.
No, it's not. What the fuck are you talking about?
Right? Because if I say, listen, right? If I say you can't prove that, right, which would be another negative.
So right? You just never say you can't prove that to that specific sentence or what you make that point.
First, show that you could prove it. It's the same way as asking for proof, right? And I've asked for proof throughout this entire debate. Why would I not?
You said the fact that he cannot prove it, in which he did give proof.
And then after that, we argued about like hack scaling above.
Proof is up to subject.
Also logical. I also after we argued this, right? We also argued about like hack scaling above characters consistent and normal AP, which I said they do, right?
And he refuted that point so easily. Alright, so firstly, he established the base that Zarif had. Let's get to something else and then we can come back to this.
I said Zarif had infinite magic, which he
and this is so retarded, Sanjay. When he said Zarif had infinite, hold on, I want to explain. Let me finish, because I wanted to bring up something different.
He agreed beforehand, right? He agreed beforehand that Natsu doesn't have infinite magic.
But this is the thing, Jay. This is what he established. Natsu has a better type of magic. He's above Zarif. So, Jay, I'll give you this example, Sanju. Let's say I have
defeats his whole point.
on a one-dimensional plane.
No.
That means my magic is literally better. It's literally overwhelming. My magic is better. Like, it doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. The magic is the same, Jay. He established that it was a different type of magic which overwhelms that type of magic. It equates to that magic, the magic that Natsu using, to being even more than infinite for Zarif because it overpowered him and is higher than him. That's what it equates to. You're fucking stupid. Just because something is infinite on one
that
planet
wouldn't
doesn't mean
work, right? No, logically, you're being fucking retarded, right? Listen,
I'm literally trying to explain.
Literally agree Natsu doesn't have infinite magic.
Jay, and that literally gives him the fucking point. You do not understand how that gives him the point. I've already explained it.
I I'm telling you why.
He said the magic specifically was above him, Jay.
Does scale, right? Right. No. Right, logical. His whole point, right, which he literally said, right, his whole point of why it would scale, right, is because he says the more magic you have, the stronger you are. That's literally what he said.
Jay, but his magic is above him. His magic is above Zarif's infinite magic.
Wait, yeah. But then what he said, right?
Okay, if you agree with that,
wait, logical. He said, right? He said Natsu, right? He said Natsu doesn't have infinite magic, right? But
he has higher than infinite magic, Jay.
He literally said he doesn't have infinite magic.
He has higher than infinite, Jay.
He said, well, no, because he said he doesn't have infinite.
He said he has higher, Jay. Do you not understand what's higher than infinite?
What's higher than infinite?
Something on a different dimensional plane.
What? What is it? Where?
I'll give you examples. I'll give you many examples.
But that defeats his whole point.
I give you many examples of something that is higher on a dimensional plane and in many other ways. I can give you like this, Jay. I can have infinite this or infinite that, and it still be low on a dimensional plane than one thing.
So he said that it's on a higher dimensional
plane. Also, give you this other example. I'm giving you multiple examples. You're just trying to take one. I've got to give you multiple analogies.
Okay. So he said it's on a higher dimensional plane, right?
Jay, that is something that I'm formulating. You asked me that question. You're trying to attack my point. You never attacked Chronicler's point. I'm arguing with you right now. Chronicler's bid is done. You already lost the bid on why he's won. I don't know. We're arguing right now on what's
right. We're arguing.
Because if you never asked him, if you never said specifically to ask that nigga for proof on that specific point, and you never refuted that point, then it just goes through. You never tried to attack that point, Jay. You never did. The only thing you ever tried to attack on that point was he doesn't have infinite magic, but he has something above infinite magic. Which you Chronicler established, and you never attacked the fact that he doesn't have anything above infinite magic. Which puts him, you didn't attack that. I know for a fact you didn't attack that because I was listening.
Well, have a look then, because I'm pretty sure I did.
You didn't.
Right, check then.
Bet. All right, bet. I'm supposed to.